Doug Imble from the Lewis Winch Company. Just loading up the quad to go for a day ride up into the mountains. And it's been raining real heavily the last few days, and there's a lot of mud up there. We saw a couple of rigs come in yesterday. They got bad stuck up there. They didn't have a winch, and they didn't get home until after dark. So I've loaded our Lewis winch onto the front rack of the quad here, so we're going to go up there and take it with us. And even if we don't get stuck, we'll probably find some other people stuck up there, and we can have some fun towing them out. But let me show you what we got here. We've got our little 4.4 horsepower solo saw matched up with the Lewis winch. Now this little saw will pull about 2,500 pounds in a straight line using this winch, which is plenty of power for this little 500-pound quad. Now what I've done is I've just folded the fair lead of the Lewis winch down underneath, so we got a nice compact little package and just 2 bungee cords, and that's going to stay there nice and solid. It's not going to budge. Now I put it off to the side there in case we do come back later. Our headlight will still work. We can also throw it onto the rack on the back because it's nice and light and it's compact. And all we have to do if we get stuck or somebody else gets stuck is we just pull it off of there, anchor it to a tree or a rock or any other quad that we got around, and we can easily pull this rig up. Now if we get up there and we find something heavier stuck that we want to pull out, I've thrown in a few other accessories to bring along. First of all, I got a couple of Lewis Winch tree saver belts or tow straps. And we've also thrown in a snatch block. Now this snatch block will double the pulling capacity of the Lewis winch, so from 2,500 pounds to 5,000 pounds. So even if we find a big sand rail stuck up there, we should be able to help, and we've got enough equipment along. And I've also thrown in a Lewis winch water bottle, so we got some drinking water for our trip. Now I'm just going to throw this on the rack on the back, fire it up, and we're going to head off and have a little bit of fun. We're just about to pull a quad up this steep rock embankment here. We're using this big one as a dead man. We've got a tree saver belt attached to the front and the back to a V. We got the winch anchored on the ground here. And we got the cable already spooled up and attached. So we're ready to go. And that's how the Lewis winch does that. Well, as we thought, we came across a lot of mud out here in the desert from the recent rains, and we come across our friend Bob, who's got his rhino just buried in the mud. So Bob, don't worry, we're going to pull you out with the Lewis winch, so we'll be over there shortly. I just got to lift the winch and put it on the trailer hitch mount here in the back of the pickup truck, and then I'll spool out some cable to you and pull him back out of there. We just lift the winch up and we'll slide forward so it locks into place. I'm going to walk over to Bob's rhino through the mud, and I'll spool out a little cable, so we got to unhook the clutch, set the brake, so we can spool it out without a bird's nest. Now we're going to head over there in the muck. Nice spot you got there, Bob. But don't worry, we'll get you out. Pretty gooey down here. Yeah, that is gooey. Okay, I just hooked this up here temporarily until I get the tree saver belt wrapped around the front of you here. All right. Okay, you're all hooked up. We'll have you out of here in a minute. Okay, just have to lock the clutch back in again, take up the slack, and then we can open her up. high and dry. Yeah. Well, my friend Bob decided he could get across this wash here in his ATV, but as it happens once in a while, you just got to come back out the way you came in. So as he doesn't have a winch on the back of his quad, we're going to run the Lewis winch out, and we got it all ready to anchor up to this rhino here, and we'll pull him back out of there, and he'll be free to go again. So off we go. That's in place. Disconnect the clutch, set the brake for freewheel, run the hook out. Pretty gooey, Bob. Pretty gooey.
Be careful not to step in the mud.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty much in it now. Okay. There we go. Get back out of here. All right. Now we got Bob all hooked back up to the clutch and the Lewis winch. Fire up the saw, pick up the slack, and he'll come out. All right, let me set you free, Bob. Okay, you're free to go.